Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
A lot of people have been going out there for many, many years, longer than I have. And to change something that's running so well just seems kind of crazy.
There's plenty of music, drinking, and camping, but policy enforcement of campsites at WeFest has some concern. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Stephanie has the evening off. WeFest is an annual tradition for thousands, and for some die-hard fans, now is the prime time to purchase tickets for next year's event. A woman contacted our Whistleblower Hotline after noticing the WeFest policy on camping is changing. As Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop explains, some think it will change the entire camping experience.
Trash bags are all that is left on the campsites at WeFest grounds from this year. But many people, like Trisha Ellertson and her friends, have bought tickets for next year's concerts.
Well, the biggest reason we go is to be with our friends.
For the past 18 years, Trisha has been camping at WeFest with her friends, who come from all across the state of Minnesota. When buying tickets this year, Trisha noticed that camping would be different.
We saw on the website that they were going to put everyone in as they drove in instead of kind of the way we've been doing it. We just kind of pick a spot and save some spots for everybody.
Concerned that they changed the policy, Trisha emailed WeFest, only getting a response that if you wish to camp together, you must arrive together.
If we got on this road at the same time, the traffic, the way it is going in there, you could get split up just from the cops directing traffic here and there.
WeFest officials did not want to appear on camera, but do tell us this is not a new policy. They say if you plan to camp with family and friends, you should arrive together, and they do plan on enforcing the rules. At the Lake Sally campground, a sign is posted with campsite rules stating their policy. Trisha says camping with her friends is a huge part of the WeFest experience and worries about who she might be placed next to next year.
You always have the chance of meeting great people like we did 18 years ago, but you also have the chance of having some younger, rowdier kids.
In Detroit Lakes, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
Representatives of WeFest did not go into detail about how the policy will be enforced. We'll continue to investigate and bring you the latest as we get more information. If you need help with an issue in your community, call our Whistleblower Hotline, 701-237-6576. Do so and leave your tip. 2 days after we first told you about a petition started by a Fargo man titled Stop Lutheran Social Services in Fargo, a second person has posted a petition supporting the organization. This petition is titled Cass County Legislature, Bring More Refugees to Fargo. The body of the petition urges decision makers to bring more immigrants to the FM area. The first petition urged people to send a message to the lawmaking body in Cass County to stop the influx of people without having a vote by citizens. That petition has so far received over 1,300 signatures. If you would like to read the full story and see a link to both petitions, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. Another warm one out there today. Could we see temperatures be rising still, or are we going to cool off tonight? Well, let's head over to our expert, Hutch, for the answer.
It's going to be a very warm evening for many of us. We kind of had that hazy, cloudy sky over the FM area throughout the day and slowed our rate of warming. And we do have some thunder showers up in Roseau County once again. Rural northwestern Roseau County has a fairly strong, not severe storm. It could be producing some half-inch diameter hail, and it's almost stationary. It could be basically sitting in its same spot for a while. Storm moved out of the area north of War Road toward Long Point now and is continuing to move to the east-southeast. This one, just some heavy rain and lightning with it. The rest of us starting to see the clouds that we've been dealing with for the better part of the day clear out just a bit. A few showers in Lakes Country, keeping temperatures near 80 in Otter Tail County. But we have 90s from the Red River to points west. More hot weather and a chance of storms as we go through the next couple of days. Your hour-by-hour forecast will detail all of that, Mike, in just a few moments.
We'll be looking for the details. Thanks, Hutch. A man is in jail tonight in connection with a stabbing outside a Fargo motel late last night. Fargo police arrested 23-year-old Peter Palmer earlier this morning. Officers responded to reports of a fight at the 1400 block of 35th Street South. That's the parking lot of the Econo Lodge. The victim was taken to the hospital with what were described as serious injuries. Police say that Palmer and the victim know each other. 5 people in Fosston, Minnesota have been arrested in connection with charges related to the sale of meth. Some of the group were arrested in this apartment building on Main Street in downtown Fosston. Others were arrested in nearby traffic stops. They include sisters Jessica and Julia Holm, both of Fosston, James Hansen and Cody Larson, also of Fosston, and Michelle Maruski of Bemidji.
Were they selling just in Fosston or around the entire region?
No, it was a regional investigation.
Okay. Do you think it takes kind of a big chunk out of this, or?
That's hard to say. Usually, you know, it seems temporary, but it might slow it down, but then more people pick up where other people leave off, so to speak.
The 5 arrested were in court in Crookston this afternoon, and the severity of the charges against each of them may change as details of this case are sorted out. North Dakota's Attorney General Wayne Stenjum said today that progress is being made against drunk driving in North Dakota, but the war on drugs is still a major concern. The Attorney General was in Fargo for the North Dakota Peace Officers Association convention. He says more resources are needed and needed to be committed to the fight. Stenjum says the drug trafficking and the people involved in it make for a very serious situation. On the other hand, Stenjum says the tougher DUI laws passed by lawmakers recently is making a difference. He says drunk driving arrests and prosecutions are down for the first time in 2 years. It's the same scam, this time a different target. The American Inn Hotel off 45th Street in Fargo got a call yesterday that sent them scrambling. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric tells us about another heart-stopping situation.
This 86-room hotel in South Fargo was nearly full Wednesday when a call came through the front desk. A man named Bobby said he was from the Xcel Energy billing department.
He said that we were behind on a bill and that they had a technician on the way as they spoke to shut off our services, and we have gas through them.
Teresa Hansen says she immediately scrambled to get the accounting department on the phone. The accounting department looked it up and all their bills were paid in full. Teresa says they were targets of a scammer.
I called Bobby at 818-539-0121 and I hung up right away. It seemed like the connection was real staticky. It didn't, you know, put you through an automated, you know, which would be professional.
So I called up Bobby too. I told the person I thought this number was Xcel Energy.
Been getting complaint about our numbers being spoofed and different things. I do not know if that's regarding that.
The person who answered said they were a weight loss company out of California and that she was unaware of anyone named Bobby who actually worked there. A quick Google search of the phone number brought up this website, whocalledme.com. The first comment from the Sedona, Arizona Police Department. Quote, caller Bobby Johnson claimed to be with a utility company threatening to turn off service. Another hit on a different site, vleak.org. Just yesterday, Dean posted this person claimed to be Duke Energy of Florida and that my account hadn't been paid in 60 days.
If it were just me here taking care of these bills, I probably would have said, yeah, no problem, let's get this taken care of.
Hansen says she'll be much more aware of who's calling from now on. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
We again checked with Xcel Energy. They told us that they will never call to demand instant payment and they will never threaten to turn your power off immediately if you don't pay. We put a link to their website for more information. Just visit valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Some UND students say that the name North Dakota should be back on the list of potential nicknames for UND. The student president, Matt Kopp, sent a survey to all UND students. He says the one-question survey asked, should North Dakota be included as an option for the public nickname vote? Well, of the 3,262 respondents, a little over 2,200 students voted yes, close to 800 voted no, and 239 voted that they weren't sure. UND President Robert Kelly said he'd consider restoring North Dakota to the list of potential renaming nicknames, which are Fighting Hawks, Nodaks, North Stars, Rough Riders, and Sundogs. Come October 5th, you might see a sea of blue as organizers of a worldwide campaign against bullying would like you to see. It's called Blue Shirt Day, World Day of Bullying Prevention. Blue shirts will be used to mark this worldwide anti-bullying event, and the campaign's organizers would like you to get one. The National Bullying Prevention Center says 1 in 4 students report being bullied during the school year. The center says body shape, looks, and race are the main reasons children are bullied. As for the T-shirts, they're available at Herberger's stores. The cost is $12. We've been told that a story on the Moorhead Dairy Queen was set to run during the NBC Nightly News last night. It was bumped at the last minute. Harry Smith, was in town Tuesday to talk with the staff and customers of this historic DQ. It's the latest special interest story that Harry has done since joining NBC News. While we wait for word on when that story will air, we invite you to join us tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10. We followed Harry around and had some fun during his work hours. Later on Valley News Live at 6, looking for something to do this weekend, an event to help fight against cancer.
Some isolated thunderstorms as we head into your Thursday evening. More heat in the forecast and strong storms as well. I'll have details on all of that coming up right after this.